national laws, if I can say, in Africa, placing them in their theoretical and historical context? And why are citizenship issues so important, and in what ways do they shape or impact the political economy of development?
So the first confusion is indeed those two words, citizenship and nationality. And there are libraries of books discussing the two and how they're different and how they may be the same. For international law purposes, it's the same thing. It means the legal recognition by a state that a person belongs to that state. Now, in other disciplines and in other contexts, citizenship very often has the idea of participation, of political engagement, whereas nationality might have a sense of ethnicity or family belonging or cultural belonging. But in the legal sense in which I'm using it in my book and in which lawyers use it, citizenship and nationality, the same thing, and it means the recognition that you belong to a particular state. So it's a concept that belongs to the idea of states in the international system. And it's quite abstract in that sense. What is this? What is this? The state is already an abstract concept compared to one's family or community or whatever. And then the idea of that legal bond is itself abstract. But the reason why I wrote the book, which is an accumulation really of about 15 years work around these issues, is that so much of the, there's a lot of literature about conflict and political crises and ethnic tensions in Africa. And a lot of that agrees that the question of belonging, who is Zimbabwean, who is Congolese, who is Ivorian, who is Ethiopian, is at the center of quite a lot of conflicts. And yet a lot of the literature treats the law about who is Zimbabwean, who is Ivorian, who is Congolese, as not really that relevant to these conflicts. I mean, in Zimbabwe, there has been quite a lot of discussion about that, but it's been focused on the dual citizenship question, not on the broader context of the law. And really what I was trying to do is say, no, let's look at the law as if it mattered, or consider that if it does matter. And the conclusion of my book is that, well, obviously there are many other factors around politics in Africa, the political economy in Africa. Clearly, citizenship law is only a small part of that. But the point I wanted to make was that it's a relevant part, because there's so much scholarly discussion about primordial identities and the failure of modernization theory and all of those types of questions. And yet the law is somehow seen as being of only a relevance in the scholarship around this question discusses the law in, for example, European comparative context, but African scholarship has not engaged with the law in that way. So it was an attempt to see, well, what difference does the content of nationality or citizenship laws make in Africa to questions of identity and belonging? And my conclusion is it makes a difference in different ways, in different contexts, but it's an area of investigation that needs to be explored.